on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. Now here's Odi.
Well, hello there. How are you? It's been a while. Sorry about that. Little bit of a migraine last week. Yeah, look, I know, I get them. And I'm sorry. I do apologize. But yeah, it was a little bit of a bad week last week for me. Sorry about that. But what have I got coming up on the show tonight to keep you going? Sorry, I'm a little bit out of breath. I had to run over and close the door before I came on here. These little things I do. On the show tonight, Cousin Elon. Remember Cousin Elon? Yeah, he's up in the White House, and he's proving that he's not in it just for the money. In case you thought he was. Do you think cloning is going way too far? And have you ever tried meditation? I want to hear your thoughts on everything I'm talking about tonight. You can get me on the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line, which is 800-905-0989. And you can get me on the PhD Weight Loss Talk line. Remember, the phone lines are open all the time. You can get me on 800-905-0988 on that 9 as well, on that one as well. If you're going to give me a call in and around the ad breaks, because as you know, Odie's here on his own. Have you been outside lately? The rain is gone. We had a little bit of rain. Did you get out that the rain on Friday night? Did you have fun with that? It was crazy. I was out fishing on Friday with a very good friend of mine. Oh no, sorry, on Thursday night with a good friend of mine. We were in two different boats out fishing, having a bit of fun, and we just happened to look over to the corner, one side of Lake Hartwell, and the entire sky lit up. The entire sky lit up because of the lightning. And we just kind of looked at each other and he said, "See you later, bud." We just gone. I headed back to the dock, load up the boat and get back to the house, and he done the same thing. Off in different directions. Text line is already up and going. Odie, missed you last week. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, look it. So I talk about pretty much everything that goes on in my life. And unfortunately, and this is a hereditary thing, I suffer from migraines. I know an awful lot of my triggers. I know an awful lot of what causes my migraines. So I don't really get them all that often lately. But unfortunately, last Sunday I had a pretty bad one. Pretty nasty. It was nasty. It was all the fun stuff. But yeah, no, migraines are a thing. Odie, shout out to Kid Flaccid. Oh, Kid Flaccid. How are you, sir? If you don't know what that is, I'm not going to tell you. But let's get into it. President Donald Trump. You know the boss man? Oh, yeah. But he has been given a clear bill of health following his annual physical at the White House. Physicians were confirming that the president is in excellent health. Now you have to remember, this guy, President Trump, he's not a young man. Not a young man at all. He's 78 years old. Donald, sorry about that. He is 78 years old. And he has been told, he went to the Walter Reed National, a physician that came to see him in the White House was from the Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. And it's a diagnostics team, a specialist. And you see, the thing is, the president, he has to take care of himself. And because, he's looking after the country. I'm not going to say anything about the guy that came before him, but no. Yeah, he was alive. I'll leave it there at that one. But Donald Trump's vital statistics are proving to show normal results. And for a man of his age, he was apparently came across as a man a lot younger, 78 years of age. Donald has said that one of the factors that could be why he is doing so well is that he abstains from tobacco and alcohol. Maybe there's something to it. As a lot of you know, I am probably one of the only Irishmen who doesn't drink. I don't smoke either. So maybe when I'm 78, I'll be in fighting fit health. Trying to get back to the fighting fit health as it is. Don't forget, I am on the stream We're live on the stream. You can get us on the WORD Facebook page, on the, what is it called? The X? Is it X? Yeah, X. I can't get used to it. It's Twitter. It's always going to be Twitter to me. We have the Facebook page, WORD, my own Facebook page, Odi Fitzgerald, and of course, on the YouTubes. You can get in contact with me there and on the stream or on the text line. Lots of messages coming in. Good evening, Odi. Glad you're feeling better. Thank you very much. I'm glad I'm feeling better too. And what else? Oh, yeah, sorry. We're on about Donald Trump. You see, one of the things is that running the country, it has been proven many times, it has been proven that being the president of the United States is a very stressful position, very extremely stressful job. And, you know, you have to be in great health to do it because it's 4 years or 8 years if you get put on. But, you know, you have to put up with a lot of pressure. Because, I mean, first of all, you've got over 300 million people who are looking at you to do the right job. And you have to stay on top form. You have to stay kind of fully fit. You have to stay healthy and happy, I suppose. And it just kind of leads me back to the last 4 years we had. Was the other guy, was he healthy? Was he happy? Like something else that popped up was the Montreal Cognitive Assessment Exam. Now, Donald scored a perfect 30 out of 30 on that. Now, and here's the thing, is that we weren't really, it wasn't broadcast. It wasn't really privy information for us when Joe was in office. It really wasn't. It was just something that we'd have to deep dive. We'd have to, I mean, yes, it is public knowledge, but we really had to deep dive. We really had to get into it and we really had to try and figure it out for ourselves. Whereas, you know, the information is just given to us. It's, oh, by the way, Donald is fit and healthy. Here you go. And I kind of like that about this administration. I like the fact that the good, the bad, and the ugly is all, you know, it's all pushed out for us. It's all there for us all to see. And that's something that we haven't had in the last 4 years, and we have it now. I mean, Donald doesn't hide stuff. Yeah, I know the price of eggs. This is a big thing. Every single week, I get about 5 or 6 people coming back to me from Ireland and from different places, and they're saying to me, "Oh, the price of eggs. Oh, eggs. Oh, sure. How can you afford to live when you can't even buy eggs?" The thing is, I can afford to buy eggs because they're not that expensive. Just a little bit more expensive than they were, but the prices of everything else is coming down. On the text line, also, Trump is the father of an 18-year-old. He has fathered a child at 60 years. Now, that's something. I tell you what, when I come back, right, I'm going to have a chat about that. I'm going to chat about the incident that happened in Josh Shapiro's mansion as well. But when I come back, just now that you've said it, Texter, do you think there should be an age limit on guys to father kids? Just asking the question. Just asking question. You're listening to News Talk 98.9 WORD. It is the voice of the Carolinas.
Live conversation and lively debate about what's trending in the Carolinas. This is Sunday Nights with Odi Fitzgerald on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. Attention terrorists, hold on. Here's Tara's Daily Rant.
And I can tell you, based on what I've been seeing so far, the initial hearing that was actually held here in Congress was actually faulty in the single bullet theory. I believe that there were 2 shooters.
2 shooters.
Well, that's that theory's been out there for a long time. So
yes.
Terrorists swatted. Hear the Tara Show weekday mornings on
News Talk 98.9
WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Now, the Carolinas' most trusted forecast from the News Talk 98.9 WORD Weather Center. Lows level off around 50. Tonight, under clear skies, southwesterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Bright sunshine expected again. Tomorrow, high temperatures reach up to 85. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki from the News Talk 98.9 WORD Weather Center. currently 64.
Celebrate Greenville's music scene every Thursday night at Piedmont Natural Gas Downtown Alive. Presented by Spectrum. Join us for a free admission outdoor street party featuring live music in Noma Square. Returning this year, Arts After Dark, happening every third Thursday and showcasing local upstate artists in partnership with Metropolitan Arts Council. Piedmont Natural Gas Downtown Alive at Noma Square. Thursday evenings, March 13th through August 29th. Visit gvilleevents.com for more info. That's gvilleevents.com.
The dogs and cats at Greenville County Animal Care are just waiting to meet their forever family. We have free Pets for Vets program and hold free adoption events regularly. Visit greenvillepets.org to learn about adopting your new forever friend.
And now, a can't-miss moment from the Charlie James Show.
Here's the thing. Understand that what is best for Maxine Waters, what is best for Chuck Schumer, what's best for Adam Schiff and Nancy Pelosi, that is not what's best for the United States of America. And what's best for the United States of America is not what's best for them, because they are profiting off of the corruption.
Don't miss the Charlie James Show. Weekdays 3 to 7 on News Talk 98.9.
WORD.
The voice of the Carolinas.
But I tell you what, I will talk
Green
about.
Goblin here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you
my
need.
streamers.
I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was going to unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Feel like everything's clouded by doubt? Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com. Our psychics are available to talk 24/7, and we guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
First time seeing my son, I feel like my life did a 180. He really a definition of like why he loves somebody.
Through all of fatherhood's first, never stop being a dad. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
The Carolinas are now the Carolinas. Weekday mornings, 6 to 10. The Tara Show keeps you in the know.
On News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
And you're very welcome back to News Talk 98.9. It is, of course, me, Odi Fitzgerald, on the Sunday Night Show. Just got a phone call during the ad break there. Remember, the PhD weight loss talk line is open now, 800-905-0989. Give me a call during the ad breaks because, as I said, I'm on here on my own. Yep. Driving the desk and doing the talkie talks. I know. Look it. I like doing it. I do. But yeah, so I got a phone call during the ad break just telling me that Rory McIlroy, he's a fellow Irishman, as if you haven't known, he won the Masters tonight, the Augusta Masters. Here's the thing: I'm not a big golf fan. I think I've played about maybe 10 rounds of golf in my entire, I don't know, adult life. I suppose you'd call it. Would you call it that? I like that. Maybe you call it that. But yeah, no, I'm not a big golf. I knew the Masters were on and I knew it was a big deal. Just the text messages are actually coming in as well. Odi, Charlie would have known about. Yes, Charlie would. And I wonder, is Charlie James down there? Charlie could be down at the Masters. I don't know. I think he's been there before. I think he has been there a couple of times. Odi, on the text line, Common Sense Retirement Planning text line. Odi, I'm very sorry about your migraines. They are miserable pain. Yes, they are. And then they go on to say, one of your countrymen won the Masters, Rory McIlroy. He got quite emotional. I can imagine. I mean, it's a big deal. It is a big deal. He got to love his backstory. Not too sure. I need to look into that. Texter goes on to say, then, I'm an 80-year-old woman who enjoys your show and gets the deeper meaning of your message that I often come back. Yes, there is. Towards the second half of the show, I just go a little bit deeper. Yeah, a little bit deeper and just get into it in a little bit more in depth. So don't worry, I'll be doing the same thing again later on tonight. Now, a person has been taken into custody with the connection of the suspected arson attack that caused a significant amount of damage to the home of Governor Josh Shapiro. Authorities have said hours after the Pennsylvania lawmakers' family celebrated Passover, the guy that has been arrested is a guy called Cody Balmer, and he's 38 years of age from Harrisburg. He was arrested today, and they have said that he is not yet recorded any of the charges, but they will include attempted murder, terrorism, aggravated arson, and aggravated assault. Now, luckily enough, Mr. Shapiro and his family are completely unharmed, which is a great thing. But yeah, I hate to hear stuff. Here's something. If you have a problem, if you have an issue with any of our leaders, I mean, he's a governor, right? He's a governor. If you have an issue with them, have you heard? You've heard the term a couple of times that the pen is mightier than the sword. Okay. Roughly, it means that your words can do a lot more help. Also, your words can do a lot more damage. But if you have a problem with somebody, okay, and this goes across the board. This is everywhere. If you have a problem with anybody, you talk to them. You have a conversation with them. You go up to them and you'll if it's a governor or if for argument's sake, if you had a problem with the president of the United States. Now, first of all, we live in a country where freedom of speech, we all have the right of freedom of speech. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that whatever you say can't get you in trouble. If you say something extremely derogatory or, slanderous towards somebody, then that's going to get you in trouble. Oh, don't worry. You can say it because the freedom is there for you to say anything you want. But you have to remember that all of your actions have consequences, good and bad. So if you have an issue with somebody, there's two ways you could go about it. First of all, you could send an email to them and you could say, dear sir or madam, this is what I feel and this is why I feel, so on and so forth. It's the same if I say something in the evening time and you're not impressed by it, or you think, I don't think you should have said that. Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 800-905-0989. That's open. That's if you need to have a word with me, do it. During the ad break, I will take a phone call. No problem at all. Beg your pardon. And that's one way to do it. You get in contact with the person. Or if you feel strongly enough about how somebody is, for argument's sake, running the country or running the state or running the town, or any like even the mayor of a town. If you feel strongly enough about how they're doing it, and if you could change it, then the other option is that you could run for the mayor of a town, or to be in Congress, or to be a governor, or to even be the president of the United States. If you feel strongly enough and passionate enough about it, then that's something that you can go on and do. You can go out there and do it. Because remember, at the end of the day, we live here in America. Okay? And here in America, we have the right to do that. And it is possible for doing it. Now, I know this is rich coming from me. I'm probably one of the only people close around that isn't able to run for the president because I wasn't born here. Before you say anything, he apparently was from America. Not going to mention it, but I know a couple of years back there was a big thing going on. Well, is he actually American? Yeah. Okay. We're not going to go there. On the text line, Odi, these people are idiots. Neanderthals can't write. Well, look at texter. I mean, maybe they can. Maybe they can. they can at least talk. They can at least make a phone call, have a conversation. On the text line, Odi, where in Ireland are you actually from? County and town? Well, I mean, that's an easy one. I was born in County Cork, so Cork City is where I was originally made. Well, no, I wasn't. I actually know where I was made as well, but I'm not going to tell you that. But I burst forth into this amazing world in March of 1981 in Cork City. That's where I came. That's where I came to be. And I moved then to just outside Limerick, and then I moved to Mullingar. Niall Horan from One Direction, yeah, that's his hometown as well. And I spent a bit of time in Galway. Then I lived in Australia for a small while, and then I came over here 7 years ago. 7 years I've been here in the land of the free, and the home of the First Amendment and the Second Amendment, which I love. And I've been talking to Bill Frady as well. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Something big is about to happen with me and Bill Frady. Something really good. Something that hopefully y'all can get involved in. Yeah, that's something. That's something for you to look forward to. Now, just before the ad break, a couple of minutes ago, I just popped out the question about how old. Now, I know Donald Trump is extremely cognizant, okay, and he has an 18-year-old son. So that means he was 60 when Barron was born. Barron is now 18. How old do you think? And I'm just asking the question. So I was 39 when my son was born. I'm now 44. He's nearly 5. And I'm just curious, how old do you think is the right age to have kids straight up, first of all? Because a lot of people will say to me, you were 39 when you had your son. Yeah, 39. Yeah, seriously. And some people have taught me that's too old. Some people have said, when your son is 20, you're going to be nearly 60. I'm like, well, if I look after my health and look after my well-being, just like the Donald is doing, I mean, he's got the clean bill of health at 78 years of age. That means when I'm 78, my son is I'll be nearly 80, so my son will be nearly 40. And that'd be a long life. That'd be some people don't get that. My own father, I think he had about 10 years with his mom and maybe 20 years with his dad. So, but yeah, no, I'm just curious. Just curious. What age do you think is too old to be having kids? Now, I know men. I know men. I happen to be one. I know men can go for quite a bit of time. We can go quite a bit longer. We can, as well, I mean, I'm not going to be crude, but as long as you're up to the task, you can take care of it. And if you can't, then there's stuff that can help. I'm just going to say that. But I know with girls, there is a time limit. There is definitely a time. There's a certain age in which, well, it just no. But guys, yes, you can go on. You can. I'm just, let me know. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know what we're gonna, When I get back, I'm gonna be talking about Elon Musk and the fact that he's not just doing it for the fun of it. No, he's making a difference. You're listening to News Talk 98.9 WORD. It is the voice of the Carolinas. Now, sorry about that, streamers. I might do it, Trey. You never know. I might do it. Sunday nights with Odi. Sorry about that, folks. Just had to turn down a little bit while I was answering the telephone. All right. Oh, okay, Tiffany. Right. Trey, I can't read that on air, Trey. Come on, dude. It's funny. That is funny. I'm kind of. Yeah. It's been a couple of days since I was here, and I'm just a little bit kind of like, do I have everything right? And I do. I know I do. I didn't when I started the show tonight, but everything's going good. What am I talking about now? Oh yeah, Elon calling. Loads of ads. Loads of ads. What to pay the bills to keep me here? Yes, if you're looking there, I am watching 2.5 Men. Look where my nose is pointing to. There's my nose pointing to. Well, I'm not watching it. It's just on. It's just something that's on in the background. So there's 15 years between you and your brother, Alan. Do you reckon? Do you reckon it was a little bit of whoops? I know I was. I definitely was a oh. Yeah, I was definitely one of those babies like, oh, well, that happened. Although, is there a lot between? Is it your only brother, or is there a few years? I don't know. Is there quite a few? Like, is so the 15 years between you and your oldest brother? You're the youngest, possibly, right? So, how many kids is between? Ah, well, I was one of them. That's how I definitely know I was one of them because I was adopted. I was like, oh man, I know I shouldn't mess, but I do. Oh, I have to do the radio stuff. And you're very welcome back. Now, just before the news, I was talking about what age do you think is okay to have kids at, to stay having kids at. On the stream has been a little bit going crazy tonight. Can't imagine why, probably because some of the stuff I'm talking about, which can happen. Trey got in contact with me. We were talking about earlier on we were talking about something completely different. We were talking about if you wanted to run for governor, or if you wanted to run for senator, or you wanted to run for any of those fun stuff that, you could if you were. Well, I mean, the only position I can't run for is president. I can run for the rest of them. I can't run for vice president, obviously, either. And you don't really run for, well, yeah, you have to be chosen to do that. Well, I mean, Uncle Donny, in 4 years' time, if you're going to go again, or JD. Hey, JD, if you run, anyway, I'm barking up the wrong tree with that one. But Trey has said, you could run against Lindsey Graham. I definitely vote for you. Well, okay, I might. Tiffany's been on and said I was 25 when I had my daughter and 40 with my son. There you go. And Trey has been back on again, and he said, I'm 45 and my daughter is 7. Want to have more kids, especially a little boy. Why not? Go for it. On the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line, 800-905-0989. Odi, about the Second Amendment, better to have it and not need it. Always be prepared. That's the Boy Scout motto. Yes, I 100% agree with that. Always be prepared. And it's better, as I always say, it is better to be looking at it than looking for it. 100%. Odi, 35 is considered advanced maternal age for a woman. I was 35 when I had my first child, 37 when I had my second child. I am now 60 and my children are 25 and 23. Good job you done the math, because I couldn't. It's Sunday night. My brain is kind of like, I know it's there. No, it's there. I can't do it. But yeah, so that's the general consensus is, just go for it. As long as it's happy and healthy and safe, then what's the problem? Now, Elon Musk, as you know, he is in charge of Doge, and he is up in the White House all the time. He's up there with Uncle Donny, and they're having the conversations, and Elon and his crew are getting a lot of hate put towards him. You will definitely know that Tesla dealerships, well, there's been a lot of Tesla dealerships have had a lot of damage caused to them. Now, the FBI are after launching a task force to investigate a spate of recent attacks on all of the Tesla cars and dealerships. Look, again, if you've got a problem with someone, talk to them, have a chat with them, just, yeah. But Tesla dealerships and Tesla cars are getting a spate of hate towards them. And here's the funny thing. Now, correct me if I'm wrong with this one, all right? Just correct me if I'm wrong. Do you remember, I'd say about 6 months ago, all the people that are doing the damage to these Teslas, they thought that Teslas were the best thing in the world ever. They were like, Teslas are amazing. They're helping the environment. They're clean. They get electricity from magical powers, and they're saving the earth. Exhaust fumes don't come out of a Tesla. Baby koalas do. Baby koalas and endangered leprechauns come out the back of a Tesla. That's what happens. So Teslas are the best thing ever. And then cut to a couple of months later, when the owner of Tesla decides, well, I'm going to be on the right side. I'm going to be on the good side. I'm going to be on the winning side. And all these people are just looking at it going, I never liked them. I never liked them anyway. I absolutely detest them, and I think they all need to be set on fire. Just stop. Seriously, just stop. If you don't like Tesla, if you don't like Elon Musk, you look at a Tesla driving by and go, I don't like that car, and you leave it at that. That's all you got to do. Here's the thing. You know that every single Tesla has a thing called Centurion mode or Century mode. I'm not 100% what it's called, but the Century mode. If you do anything to a Tesla, it records you. It can see you. It's got cameras everywhere. You cannot walk up to any of the Tesla cars and do anything. You can't. You can't do it. Because it's recording you. It's recording everything you do. Now, some people have that feature turned on or turned off, and I imagine that they're turning it back on again. So don't do it. Leave them alone. I personally, I like the Tesla group. I think what they do is great. Would I buy a Tesla? No. Why not? Because I wouldn't. I wouldn't buy a Tesla. I don't think I've looked at them a lot. I've driven a couple of them. They're great fun. They're brilliant fun. I've driven a Tesla on a closed track. I've been lucky enough to do it. And they say you've got the ludicrous speed that it does. Yes. Yes. I have driven one of the smaller Teslas. I can't remember. I think it was a Model Y or a Model. I'm not too sure which one it was. I've been lucky enough. That's sometimes it's the perks of the job. I was doing a report on Tesla and I was lucky enough to drive one. And it's insane. It's incredible speed. It's ridiculous. It's ludicrous speed. But for the commute I do for work, no. I don't think I don't think it'll be saving, or I just don't think it's for me. Now, maybe if I started working in the city and living in the city, it could be a possibility, but I can't see me living in the city. Not going to happen. But getting back to Elon, and the thing is, like, I wouldn't buy one, but I'm not going to hate on them. I'm not going to hate on them. There's some car brands I wouldn't buy, but I'm like, well, if you like that brand, there's a certain brand of car that I like, and I've been driving them for quite a while. I've had about 5 or 6 of them now at this stage, and I'm driving one now. But yeah, I'm not going to name names. Not going to say it's a Ford. But getting back to Elon, a lot of people are saying that he's in the position he's in now just for the money, just for the fame, just for all that kind of stuff. As of the 20th, no, sorry, was it the 16th of April? Elon Musk is now the richest man in the world with 340 something billion dollars. Now, he doesn't have that much cash. It's all of everything he has, like the houses, property, investments, all that kind of stuff. And he's the richest man in the world. But from the start of the year, he's after losing about $1.2 billion. Or no, sorry, $123 billion. That's how much money he's lost because Tesla stocks are going down, because different stuff is happening. So you mean to tell me that you think that Elon's doing this, he's in Doge for the money and because he gets to work in the White House? He's doing this because this is his adopted country. He was born in South Africa. This is his adopted country. And he wants to make it better. He wants to make it better for you and for me. And that's why he's doing it. He's talking about everything that has happened. He's looking after what has happened and all of the money that was wasted. There's billions of dollars, billions and billions and billions of dollars have been wasted in the last 4 years. It's time for a change, and change is a coming. Now the changes are coming, some people are getting angry about it, and they're like, "Oh, Elon, no, he's terrible." He's not. Embrace the change. It's good for you. When I come back, I'm going to be talking about that horrible, horrible helicopter crash in New York City. Happened on Thursday night. You're listening to News Talk 98.9 WRD, Voice of the Carolinas. Oh, I like that song. I like that song that I was going to play. I'm a man. Alan, I don't get the last comment, man. Right, Odi in LOL. I don't know. I don't know, Alan. I have a lot of German friends. I speak German, but I don't know if I have any old German cousins or coins. Deutschmarks. Yes, I do. Don't know where they are though. I was actually I've been to Germany quite a few times. Um, I've been to Germany quite a few times, and I was there before the euro got in. So I do. I have some Deutschmarks. I don't have anything from like really far back, like in the 40s. No, I don't want any of them ones either. But yeah, no, I have some Deutschmarks. Ja, ich habe. Oh, I can't remember that word. Yeah, but I have Deutschmarks. Ah, okay. I, you know, I could be a politician. I have an itchy leg. That's what I'm doing. People ask me what I'm doing. Why am I? I have an itchy leg. Oh, if anybody special is watching, hello, monkey. What are you doing? What are you doing, monkey? Oh yeah. So apparently, I'm after opening up a massive debate. I didn't even realize it. Okay, so I've had a couple of people saying Odie for president. I can't do that. I can't do that. And then I've Odie for Senate, Odie for governor, Odie for mayor. Oh man, that's just Kerry said to me, "I don't think you cared." I do care. Is it cared? Yeah, I do. I care a lot. Um, but yeah, so apparently I have to run for office. Okay, for some office. I'm not too sure which one. People are on the text line saying, yeah, same thing. Odie, Trump and his team are very much like our founding fathers. I agree. Risking their own lives with no personal gain. Many of the 56 signatures of the Declaration lost their lives, and they unfortunately died, broken to rags. It is important to note that they fully realized the risk they were taking. And that's the thing as well. Donald and the crew, they fully know the risk that they're taking. And because they're going up against people who just, I don't know if they just don't take no for an answer. Like they lost, and they're still, oh no, we didn't lose. It was, yeah. Anyway, I'm not getting into that. I'm not getting into that. Sorry, levels are a bit weird for some reason tonight. I don't know why. I have it fixed now again, I think. What was I going to do? Oh yes. So I got a text message in there during the ad break, and I said I'll just give a little chat about it. We're going to talk about the helicopter crash in New York in a couple of minutes. Odie, if you're immigrant here, if you're an immigrant here legally, which I am, can you have a CWP? Well, if you're an American citizen, if you become an American citizen, you have all of the rights that an American, born American citizen has, with the one exception: you cannot run for president. That's the only thing. That is the only difference between natural born American person or a legal, I said legal, not illegal, a legal immigrant. Okay, so if you have your citizenship, which I will have very soon, you have exactly all of the rights that a normal, normal American citizen will have. So there you go. I hope that answers your question. Now, there has been some findings have come back from the helicopter that crashed into New York's Hudson River on Thursday. Unfortunately, it took the lives of all 6 people on board, including 3 children. What they found is that it lacked a flight recorder. There was no flight recorder on the helicopter itself. The U.S. National Transportation Safety Board have said it was also the 8th tour flight of the day, having already completed 7, according to federal investigators. There was no video camera. There was no normal cameras have been recording. They were all removed from the Bell. It was a Bell 206 helicopter, and they've obviously rescued rescue is a strange word. They've removed the wreckage from the river now, and unfortunately, as I say, 6 people did lose their lives. But it kind of makes me think: was there another reason for it? Now they are saying that it could have been pilot error, or it could have been a severe correction. So I'm not sure if you're aware. I don't know a whole lot about helicopters, but I have done a lot of research on this. If you imagine a helicopter flying, you think of the rotors, the top rotors. You consider that like a disc, like a flat disc on top of the helicopter. You want to go forward, you tilt the disc forward. If you want to go backwards, you tilt the disc backwards. But as you know, you've probably seen it. Helicopter blades are very flexible, and they bend up and down. So if you make a fast correction in the wrong direction, so if you try to go backwards too quickly, what can happen is that the disc or the rotor blades can actually hit the tail. They can actually smack off the tail and do serious damage. At this time, it's not 100% certain that happened, but they say that is possibly what caused the accident, is that there was an overcorrection took place and there was drastic maneuvers needed to be taken. And unfortunately, it ended up in the helicopter losing the rotors. I saw the video footage. I watched it once. I didn't really want to watch it again. I mean, it's watching people unfortunately falling to their deaths. And it was a horrible accident. But the fact now that it's come back saying that there's no black box, that's what it is. It's a black box. It's the flight recorders, and everybody. It's a common term as the black box. It's sorry, just a horrible text message just came in there. Yeah, no, that's terrible. Sorry, some people just shouldn't be allowed to text. But no, there was no black box recorder on the helicopter, so they don't know exactly what happened. But that kind of leads to: is there going to be a crackdown on the helicopter tours? I mean, I've been to New York a few times, and yeah, you see helicopters flying around. Now, there was one helicopter tour, and I don't know if it's a wee bit insensitive. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. They were doing the Twin Tower flight. Now, let me explain it. So what they would do is they would fly the helicopter to the same altitude where the top of one of the towers used to be, and just hover there for a while to give someone the experience of what it would have been like to stand up at the Twin Towers. I was very, very, very lucky, extremely lucky, when I was in New York in 1998 to have visited the Twin Towers and stood on the very top of the Twin Towers. Extremely lucky, in fact, because there is quite a few people have done it, but unfortunately nobody can do it anymore. But yeah, there was a helicopter flight that in recent years, before Freedom Tower was built, who do that. Now, I don't know if that was insensitive or not, but there's a lot of people saying that some of these tours that the operators are a little bit kind of like they're just trying to make money and they're trying to get as much people up as possible. They're trying to. I don't know. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on it. Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 800 905 098 9, or you can give me a call on the PhD weight loss talk line, which is 800 905 098 9. Also, well, yeah. So it was a very sad, extremely sad occasion for 6 people having lost their lives. And it comes back to something that I've talked about previously. I've talked about it before, is that there has been a lot of aviation accidents have happened in the last few years. Now, some people say, oh, there's just as many as has always been. But I'm kind of like, yeah, but we're hearing more about it now. And I know, yeah, the world is after getting smaller because of the internet and because of camera phones. But actually, now that I'm talking about camera phones, do you think, this is just something that popped into my brain last night, and I said I'll talk to you about it today. Do you think that phones should go back to not having cameras on them? Do you think that it's something that people are coming too reliant on having their phones out? And I remember years ago, if you were having an argument with someone, if you were having, I won't say confrontation with somebody, but if you were having a kind of a heated debate or a tete-a-tete, you just had the argument. You talked about it. You may have used foul language if that was your calling or your want, but that was it. There was no pulling out your phone to record somebody and to use it as, oh, I'm going to show the world this. And I'm just kind of thinking, is it a thing that maybe mobile phones shouldn't have cameras on them anymore? I mean, it's very handy, extremely handy, but we all grew up in a time where there was no cameras. There was cameras on your dad had a camera. Remember the big massive camera? Yeah, your dad had one of them, and then there was the small little cameras, you put a film into them. Do we need to go back to that? Actually, I really want to know your thoughts about that. Really want to know your thoughts. Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 800 905 098 9. Get your thoughts into me. Should we go back to having phones just to make phone calls? Okay, look, if they want to go onto the internet, if you want to get internet stuff off them, then you can go onto it. But should mobile phones just go back to being phones? Yeah, it's not that hard to carry a camera. I carry a proper camera with me everywhere I go. I do a lot of photography, and sometimes I just have a camera with me because you never know what you're going to see. There's always something really cool happening. Yeah. When I get back, I'm going to be talking about meditation. Oh, yeah. I use it a lot in life. Maybe you can too. You're listening to News Talk 98.9 WORD. This is the voice of the Carolinas. There is, Trey. There massively is. Yeah, but Kerry, if you had a the bigger camera. See, sorry, I'm reading text messages. Excuse me. I had a burger and it just keeps repeating on me. I keep tasting it. It was horrible. For the most part, the only thing I use my phone for is to talk if I have to, message, talking, taking pictures, and going to my computer. Yeah. Yeah, so Kerry, what I do is I carry I have a DSLR and I carry It's a 5D Mark IV, and I just have a nifty 50 on it. It pretty much does whatever I need it to do. Hey, monkey. What are you doing? You watching Pete the cat? Oh, I can see you. Oh, I see you. What are you doing? What are you doing? That was a personal message to a very, very special person of mine. Yes, it was. I bet you can all guess. He's like a clone. Oh, we're going to be talking about clones. He's like my clone. I'm a little bit kind of because I've done a lot of Mama Bev, 100%. The reason I call him that, well, I tell you what. Yeah, no, the reason I call him that, he does the same thing that I can do. I can spread my toes like that. I can spread my toes out like that, and he can do the same thing. And it's like it's like monkey toes. I can grab onto things. I can grab things. I can grab things with my toes. I'm weird. Yeah, I know. I'm not showing you. No, you have to charge. I'm gonna have to charge for that. No. I'm gonna cut the volume to this for a second. No, sorry about that, folks. I had to talk to someone very, very, very extremely important. All my exes live in Texas. They're talking about it. Yeah, no. Yeah, I think it is an Irish thing. I think it is, Trey. I think it's an Irish thing. Tell you what, just for the pure poops and giggles, everybody just hit the like. Just hit the like, just for the fun of it. I want to see how many likes pop up on the screen. All my exes live in Texas. Ooh, lots of likes. They all popped up. We do radio. Let's do radio again. So. And you're very welcome back to the second hour of Sunday Nights with me, Odi Fitzgerald. Where have you been? Where have you been for the first one? That's what happened. Didn't it? 8 o'clock we start. It's okay. I'll let you away with it this time, okay? Everything has gone a little bit crazy at the minute. On the text line, Common Sense Retirement Planning text line. Lots of people are saying, Odie, I'm so glad that you got to see the Twin Towers. Yeah, I am myself. I'm really, really, really happy that I was over here for a vacation back in 1998. And I did get to see it and did get to see the towers. We were talking about mobile phones and should they go back to what they used to be, just being a phone. On Texter says, Odie, they should go back to rotary and analog. Maybe not analog because you could tune into people's phone calls and analog. But I mean, if we I know we all depend on our phones a lot. But if we didn't have our phones, we wouldn't feel tied to them. You know, our parents did it. I did it back in the day. I didn't get my first phone until I was 19 or 20. And kids now have phones as young as, I don't know, 7, 8, 9. I don't know. Let me know. Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 800 905 0989. Let me know how young was your kid when they got their phone and how young you were when you got your first phone. You can also get me on the PhD weight loss talk line, which is 800 905 0989. Give me a call when we go into the ad breaks. I'll be able to answer it. And you can get me on the stream as well. We are streaming live on the Newstalk 98.9 WORD Facebook page and on my own Facebook page, which is Odi_Fitzgerald, and I'm on YouTube as well. The stream line is absolutely hopping as well. Someone says, Odi, when phones were attached to the walls, we weren't attached to the phones. That's a good one. Yeah, I do. I like that one. Now, have you ever tried a little bit of meditation? You know, meditating. Have you ever looked into meditation? Have you ever been kind of, you know, meditation is for me? Up until I'd say maybe 9 months ago, 10 months ago, I just looked at it. I was like, yeah, all right, yeah, whatever, yeah. But recently, you know, I talk about it a lot on the show. I talk about, you know, looking after ourselves, looking after each other. And I will talk about it later. I'm not going to go too deep into it now at the minute. I will talk about it again. While I'm here, while I'm just for a second. Remember, if you ever have a problem, if you ever need anything, just give the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline a call or a text. 988. That's the number for that. 988. Give them a call or a text if someone ready to talk to you now. But the meditation. So up until a few months ago, no, I didn't think much of it. I was, you know, no, I'm not. Do I look like, you know, I'm not. No, I'm not going to meditate. But in the last few months, I've learned how to do it. I've learned how to meditate. I've learned how to relax my body, to clear my mind. Some people will say that it's very easy for me to clear my mind. It's actually not. It's actually not very easy for me to clear my mind at all. And I used my meditation on Wednesday, I think it was. I had to go and take a visit to the vet the vet. I had to I didn't go to the vet. I went to the dentist. I don't know why vet popped into my head, but I went to the dentist. And it was quite a while since I've been to the dentist. It was at least 5 years since I've been to the dentist. Now, anybody that has been to the dentist in a while, hasn't been in a while, you know that you get a buildup of plaque and tartar on your teeth, and that needs to be taken off. And you know, as well as I do, that hurts. Okay. That will make, you know, that drill sound. It's not a drill that they use, little vibrating device and has water and little vibration and it knocks all the plaque and tartar off your teeth. That hurts. Yeah, I'm not even going. No. If you come on the text line and you tell me that doesn't hurt, then you're just one of them sadists. You know, you like pain. You pay people to hurt you. Don't do it. I couldn't do that either. You know, talking about it, couldn't pay somebody to hurt me. No, not into that. Don't like pain. No. But while I was getting my teeth work done, And the hygienist said it to me when I finished, when she was now. Oh, here's another thing: 44 years on this planet, I don't have a single filling in my head, and I don't need one. And I have all the teeth that came with me. Straight out of the box. There's the teeth. Still have them all. Didn't lose any pieces. I did chip a few of them. There's a few chipped on the front because well, I was stupid many times. Not bad chips. But if you ever meet me in public, you might see a couple of chips on my teeth. Not too bad. But the hygienist said to me, she said, you didn't move at all when I was, cleaning your teeth, when I was using the machines and getting down pretty deep into your gums, and you didn't move. I just looked at her and I said, well, I meditated. And she said, oh, okay. Now, meditation is not going for the likes of that. Or if you're getting tattoos, some people like the pain of tattoos. I don't mind it. It doesn't hurt me too much, but I can meditate when I'm doing it. And it's something to just kind of like, But have you ever thought about it? There's lots of books out there. There's lots of help. There's lots of training videos. You go onto YouTube and I just want to know, have you ever thought about meditation? And I know you're sitting back and you're looking at me going, Odi, come on. Now, Odi, come on. You're sitting there and you're looking at your radio or you're looking at the screen because I'm live streaming as well. And you're sitting there and you're just being like, now, Odi, this is not what you do because you're one of them. You're a man. Listen, men can meditate. And you're angry looking and you've got the big beard and, you hunt and you shoot wild boar and you shoot coyotes and, you go fishing and you got tattoos and you look scary. And I don't. Some people say I don't. And no, you don't. Well, have you tried it? It's a great thing. If you can clear your mind and if you can just go to that little kind of relaxing, resting place, and just when you come out the far side, you feel a little bit rejuvenated. You feel a little bit kind of like I can take on the world yet again. It's just something to look into. I'll tell you what I'll do. It was just something that popped into my brain, and I said I will talk to my absolutely beautiful listeners about it, about meditating. Okay? So what I will do is I will get somebody to come into the show in a couple of weeks, if I can. I will find someone. I will find somebody that can help us get into that relaxed state, relaxed body and relaxed mind. Because, sometimes, have you ever left the house? If you have a busy mind, you leave the house like I used to do. I don't do it as much now. And you'd be like, did I lock the garage door? And then you drive all the way back and then you see the garage door is locked because your body does it. Or you'd be like, oh, did I turn off the oven? And you get out of bed and you walk all the way down to the kitchen. And you're like, yeah, no, I turned off the oven. That is a busy mind. So you need to find a way to clear your mind a little. And I know I'm looking at you now and you're saying, I've done that. I have done that. How many people, show of hands, how many times have you put the remote control into the refrigerator? I can wait. I just want to see the show of hands. Just let me know how many times you have put the remote control into the refrigerator because you have a busy mind. It has happened. Lots of people have done it. I've done it. Oh, this is the things. People say to me, Odi, what do you talk about on your radio show? Lots of things. Everything. Putting remote controls in refrigerators. When I come back, we're going to be talking about cloning. Are you in favor of cloning? You're listening to News Talk 98.9 WORD. It is the voice of the refrigerated remote controls. Trey. Be careful relaxing your body too much. After 40, I had an accident. Not going to say the rest of it. See, have to turn down this when I'm on the thing, on the hello, because you never know what they're going to say. You never know what people are going to say. Sorry, I'm playing the desk. Playing the desky desk. Sorry, I'm just getting in so many messages about people doing silly things. And I'll be driving away from home.
That's 800-575-6481. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
15 minutes of non-stop breaking news and stimulating talk kicks off every hour.
Every weekday, mornings and afternoons.
Only on News Talk 98.9 WORD.
The voice of the Carolinas.
This is the voice of the Carolinas.
And you're very welcome back to Sunday Nights with me, Odi Fitzgerald, back into the second hour. Sorry, I went full radio DJ there for a second. That is Thin Lizzy with Chinatown here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. I used to do years ago, many years ago, I used to do a lot of music radio, and I used to enjoy it quite a bit. We were actually told in one of the radio stations I was working for, we were told, hey guys, will you just American it up a little bit? Yeah, there you go. That's American influence on the world. We were told a little bit, just because we'd come back and how's it going there now? And that was U2 with one of their songs. Can't think of the name of it. With or Without You. That's the one there now. And we were told that we needed to come back and, hey, you're listening to News Talk 98.9. That was U2 with or Without You, coming up on 21 minutes past 9 in the afternoon. Weather outside is not too bad. The sun is shining if you're in a sunny area, and it is, of course, dark if you're here in South Carolina because it's 9:21 at night. This is the best hits all the time, all the plays, all the channels on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the... Yeah, I think I can still do it. I still remember how to do it. Before the ad break, we were talking about a busy mind and what happens with a busy mind. Yes. Odie. So as I told you, I found I found my remote control in the refrigerator once, because and Odie, a couple of weeks back, I convinced sorry, I'll read it again. Odie, a couple of weeks back, I accused everybody in the house, all 4 kids, my wife, and even the dog, of taking my mobile phone. After about 7 or 8 hours of searching, I decided enough was enough and I was going to make a sandwich. It's spelt sandwich. So I went to the refrigerator to take out some ham and some lettuce and some tomatoes. Yes, tomatoes, not tomatoes, tomatoes. Only to find my mobile phone looking at me, sitting on the cheese. Odie, Odie, I've had my keys in the freezer. What are you doing with your keys in the freezer? Odie, I brought the remote control to work one time, and I don't even watch TV in the morning. Your body just does things. Just pick things up and put your remote control into your pocket, and away you go. Odie, I haven't meditated except through prayer and reciting scripture. Very, very helpful and calming during anxiety attacks. You have meditated. Yes, you have. I know you say that it's, your prayer and reciting scripture. It's clearing your mind. It's focusing your mind. It's getting your mind focused down onto something. And yeah, it is meditation. On the text line, Odie, be careful when you're relaxing your body too much. After 40, I had an act. No, not going to read the rest of that. Not going to, just had an accident. Yeah, no, definitely not. Now, has cloning gone too far? A species of wolf that died out 12,500 years ago is living again. The first successfully de-extinct animal, according to Dallas-based biotech company Colossal Bioscience, says that they've brought back to life 3 direwolf pups. Now, are we taking it too far? So they brought back some direwolf pups. What's the next thing that they're going to bring back? Now, they're saying that they're going to bring back mammoths, and they're saying that they're going to bring back the dodo bird, and they're going to reintroduce some species of the condor back into the wild, and there is some species of lions that they have DNA for, and they're going to try and bring them back as well. But my question is, where do we draw the line? Now, is it a thing that they can clone a lot of things? They can clone sheep. Like, you remember back in the late 80s, early 90s, I think it was late 80s, they had Dolly the sheep. She was an English sheep. Look at, sheep are sheep. But they cloned one. They had a sheep and they completely cloned it, and it looked exactly the same. They've said that there is a possibility to clone your dog. So if you have a dog, now it is ridiculously expensive. And it doesn't necessarily mean that the cloning is going to work 100%. So, it could be different. But are we going to go back, and are there going to be dinosaurs? Are we going to go too far? Is it going to be a case of whatever's been extinct? Now, I know there is some extinctions that were caused by humans. The dodo bird is one of them. The dodo bird, I can't remember what island it was on. I think it's Mauritius. The dodo bird was hunted to extinction, and apparently the meat of the dodo bird was fantastic, so it was hunted to extinction. And there was a lot of wild dogs were brought onto the island, and this all harkens back to when I was talking about boar hunting last week. The boar is not a native species around here, and it destroys everything in its path. That's why we hunt them. But the dodo bird had I don't say it's had a chance. It was hunted to extinction. And there is different types of rhino who have been hunted to extinction now, and I don't condone that. There's no need to hunt rhino. I don't believe so anyway. When I'm hunting, I hunt deer for food because every last bit of it is eaten. The same with hog. If I'm hunting coyotes, it's because it's controlling the population. But is it a thing that if something is hunted to extinction and we bring it back, are we doing good, bad, or indifferent? Is it going to cross the line completely? are we ever going to clone humans? And if we did clone humans, what are the consequences of that? Because as you know, I'm not a religious person, but and I don't argue with anybody that has religion. You have your faith, and I have my beliefs, and that's fine. And I will talk to anybody about it. I won't argue because you have your faith and you have your beliefs and you have your religion. But if somebody was cloned, if you cloned a person, you're not really cloning everything because I mean, there's a large percentage of people say that everybody has a soul. And I will say that I believe that there is something that makes us human. There is something that makes us just that little bit different. And I think it is a soul. Now, I think dogs have a soul as well because dogs are amazing. And anybody that says dogs aren't amazing, we will have words. Yes, they do. And dogs go to heaven. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. Yeah, dogs do. Okay. Had this conversation with someone during the week. My old boy Duke, he's in heaven, dog heaven. But if we were to clone a human, what would happen then? They plan to bring they plan to bring back ancient gray matter known as Biden brain. Well, I don't know. Maybe I kill some brain cells eating really cold ice cream. But they say they can grow them back, and maybe it'll be good. I gotta stop. I gotta stop doing my Joe Biden impression. Need to stop that. Odi, I was looking over the house and one of my cats, and when I opened the refrigerator to get something out, there was a cat. Don't put your cat in the refrigerator. I know they snuck in. Yeah, he sneaked in an open door, but no, don't be doing that. But yeah, no, sorry, that was just a text that popped up. I thought it was funny. Yeah, if we clone humans, if there happens to be a possibility when human cloning is, what do you think are the consequences? Would you be in favor of it? If you could bring back a dead relative, would you? If a grandparent or a great grandparent, I mean, we all love our grandparents. If there was a possibility to bring one of them back, would you try? Would it be something that you'd be kind of like, is I don't think is it ethically good. But and again, some people will say cloning the dire wolf, it's not ethical because the dire wolves, they had their chance, they died out 1200 or 12,500 years ago. It's like the dinosaurs. I mean, dinosaurs, here's the thing about dinosaurs is that they were on the planet for so long that the original dinosaurs were fossils, like they were fossils and they were in the ground while there was still dinosaurs on the planet. Just get your head around that one for a minute, because the dinosaurs appeared about 200 million years ago and they died out about 65 million years ago. That's a lot of time. A lot of time. When I get back, do you ever want to get onto stage? Do you ever want to do that? You're listening to News Talk 98.9 WRD. It is the voice of the Carolinas.
Age 38, with the Harrisburg Post Office address.
State Police Colonel Christopher Harris, Senator Shapiro, and all others at the residence were safely evacuated. Some electronic imports may be exempt from
Buongiorno.
tariffs as President Trump makes adjustments.
Hello, Andrea. This is Odi. I'm good. So we're going to chat all about, let me just pop it up here onto my screen, the auditions for Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. And we're going to talk about everything that's happening and the auditions and when it's going to be going out. And I'll be coming back to you in 1 to 4 minutes, if that's okay. All right. So when I come back to you, you'll be live on air. All right. Hang on.
Carolina's most trusted forecast from the News Talk 98.9 WORD Weather Center. Lows level off around 50 tonight under clear skies, southwesterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Night sunshine expected again tomorrow. High temperatures reach up to 85. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki from the News Talk 98.9 WORD Weather Center. Currently, it's 63 degrees. This is News Talk 98.9 WORD's chief meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Weather can be unpredictable. When severe weather breaks across the Carolinas, we break in 24/7 to keep you safe and informed. Trust News Talk 98.
John, I'm not cloning you. No, not for that reason. Because I want to do that too.
Attention! Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments?
Kerry, I don't think we should.
All-time highs. National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant
Yeah, you see.
options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need
That's the thing, Trey. I think we should bring them back just to eat them again. They were apparently tasty.
National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers.
Tasty dodo birds. How do you like your dodo bird? Well, I like to smoke my dodo bird.
To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-222-9599. 800-222-9599. Again, that's 800-222-9599.
Everybody on our side deserves some time to celebrate after what we've been through. We did not win yesterday. No. We earned the right to get on the battlefield yesterday. Fight starts today. Don't worry. Come on, blood. Don't kid yourself. It's gonna be the nastiest thing you have ever seen. It's gotta be.
Sorry. There's something on the TV and I'm watching it.
This is a man who could not even get on the battlefield. A man who did not have a Facebook account was taken. A man who did not have a Twitter account. It was
Sometimes.
a man who
Sometimes.
was in prison for 700 years. Total censorship in the 2020 election. Lived in a police state. And we can't
I've got.
do that.
Why do nose hairs grow so fast? I've asked this question before and I'm going to ask it again. Why do your nose hairs grow so fast? There's always, and they're that long. This is just one of the things I talk about.
I'm Susan Keating with the National Foundation for Credit Counseling, and I'm here to tell you there is help available to you in these desperate times. Every year, millions of Americans find themselves with serious money problems. There's no shame getting financial trouble. It is a shame, however, if you do not take steps to get out of trouble. The NFCC is a network of accredited nonprofit community-based agencies offering free and low-cost budgeting and money management services.
Shall we do radio?
Many success stories of how NFCC trained and certified counselors have changed lives. Let us help you.
And you're very welcome back to me Sunday nights. Me Sunday nights? Odi Fitzgerald here on Sunday nights. I'm waiting for the music to kick in. This is U2 with Streets Have No Name. I just love the song. It's slow getting up. But anyway, listen. Have you ever now you know that I have been a thespian many times, and I like to thread the boards. Oh yes, I like to get on the boards. I like it to get on. Oh, there's kicking in now. You hear? Oh yeah, there it is. I like to get on stage and have a little bit of fun. But have you ever thought about doing that yourself? Have you ever thought that so my phone line dropped for some reason? It's okay. They're back. Have you ever thought that jumping on stage would be amazing? Well, joining me live on the PhD weight loss retirement or PhD weight loss talk line, all the way from Savannah River Productions, is a very good friend of mine, Andrea. Andrea, you're very welcome to the show.
Thanks so much. I'm glad to be here.
Should be there. Can you? Oh, there you go. Now needed to press that button. Sorry about that. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you great.
Loud and clear. So, Andrea, I was looking on the Savannah River Productions Facebook page a couple of days ago, and I see that you're going to be doing Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, which is an absolutely fantastic show that I've been part of many times, but unfortunately, I can't be part of it this year. But you're looking for people that can.
That's right. I am. We're in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreams at our playhouse at Savannah River Productions in Livonia, Georgia. The performance dates are in July. The performance dates are July 18th and the 20th. And then the
we got Andrea. If you can hear me, try and call me back because you've got a really bad line there at the minute. But I tell you a little bit about the rehearsals that are happening. The rehearsals are on the Sunday, the 27th of April. So that's next Sunday, I think it is. We're trying to get, well, I'm trying to get Andrea back on the line now at the minute. Here we go. Just see if that's a better line. Is that a better line, Andrea?
I hope so.
Yeah,
I think so. I hear you great.
Okay. Well, we can hear you now. So I was just telling the people there that the rehearsals are happening on the 27th of April in Livonia. So Livonia, is Livonia a place to go and to be for musicals? I didn't realize that.
Well, we're trying. We have a small playhouse there that we love doing performances at. We've been there a couple of years, and it's just south of downtown in Livonia, Georgia. In our small playhouse, it seats about 300 people.
Mm-hmm. So, what was it about Joseph, and how do we shorten this? Do we call it Dreamcoat?
Joseph, Joseph and the Dreamcoat. That'd be good.
Yeah, because it's quite a long title. But
it is.
What was it that popped it into your brain? You were like, was it something that you always wanted to do, or was it how exactly did you come about?
Well, we have a small board that always throws out ideas, and we always take ideas from our actors and things that our audience would like to see. And Joseph is a name that had been popped around for several years now, and we just decided this is the year to do it. It's a great show that can include kids all the way up to, I put on my auditions that it can be from ages 6 to 106. So we're really looking for people that are interested in telling a great story. It has some really fun music. I believe it was the longest running show on Broadway or at least it ran a really long time because it's just so much fun. It's just great music.
It is, and it is true. I mean, it's a Bible story, obviously enough, and I mean, it takes from Joseph, and he was it 12 brothers, I think he had.
Yeah,
and
that's correct.
His dad and his many wives. I believe his father had a few wives, but
right.
that was the thing back. Look, we're not judging. We're not judging.
That's right.
But what are you looking for? What are you looking for to tell this story? I mean, so you're looking from people from the ages of 6 to 106. But what do they need to bring? Do they need to be fantastic actors, dancers, singers, or what are you looking for?
It would be great. I'm looking for really great singers and storytellers. It would be great if they could dance as well. Joseph has very, very little speaking parts. It starts with music from the beginning, and that's how they tell the entire story. Is there's a narrator that puts it all together, and Joseph, of course, is the main character. Mm-hmm. But there's a children's ensemble. There's a choir ensemble, and then you're right, there are 12 brothers and their wives. But there's Egyptians, and it can be a huge cast. We're probably looking for at least 20 people, right, plus the ensembles. I think it's 17 named characters.
So it's going to be quite a massive performance.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Our summer musicals tend to be our bigger shows. We have a lot of teachers and a lot of students that like to participate in them. And that's when they have the most time, is in the summer. So we usually put our biggest show in the summertime.
So should anybody be looking up the songs in the show that if they want to come to the audition, absolutely nail the audition? Are you looking for songs that are already in the show? Or if somebody just thinks, well, I give it a go, I've never done it before, and I can sing or I can dance?
I would say either one. If you have a song that you have been working with or that you love to sing or that really shows off your vocal ability, then bring that and sing that for us. If you don't have anything prepared or you're not really sure, you might want to listen to some of the Joseph songs and sing some from the show. That's always helpful, especially if you're auditioning for a specific role. But if you just want to come and have a good time, sing more of an ensemble part, then absolutely sing whichever song you are most comfortable with.
And do your actors, I know a lot of people have said to me, and I've experienced it with a few different shows that I've been in, you kind of turn into a family and you kind of turn into a group that you spend a lot of time with each other. And is it something that is definitely going to happen within the show, that you get this kind of bonding kind of?
I would say absolutely. I think I know people that have been in my shows better than anybody else, maybe better than some of my family. I also know everything that's going on. They'll say, "Oh, Andrea, this is in the summertime and I'm going to the beach this week." As long as you can be at the performances, we're pretty flexible. We know it's a summer schedule, so people won't be able to be at every single rehearsal, and we work around that. Most of our practices are going to be on Sunday afternoon for the big ensemble pieces of the show, and then we're going to work around people's schedules based on what scenes they're in, so that you won't be sitting around, because it's kind of a long show. It's well over 2.5 hours. So we hope that we don't waste people's time when they're sitting there without being in a scene. We try to be really helpful with that. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Usually I love and adore the people that are in our shows, and by the end of it, we know each other really, really well, and hopefully have a lot of fun together.
Yeah, no, definitely. And if you have someone who's listening now and they're like, "Oh, I'd love to do it, but I don't think I'm good enough and I don't think I'd be able to do it," what have you got to say to that person?
I would say this is a great one to try out and get your feet wet. If you haven't ever been in a show, or it's been a long time ago, or it was, in high school and you might want to do that again, you loved it then, want to try it again. This is a great show because we can really honestly use anybody and everybody that's willing to participate. So it's a fun show.
And just quickly before we go, you have shows that are happening all the time. Have you anything coming up in the next couple of weeks?
Sure. We have, it's called Cotton Patch Gospel. It's a one-man show. It's coming up the first weekend in May at our small playhouse in Livonia, and then we're also taking it the second weekend in May to Commerce. Isaac Beckner is starring in it, and he is playing the role of Matthew, but then he also is playing Jesus. It's an incredible feat because he plays all of these characters, and then it's backed up with a bluegrass band. So it's a little bit different. It's based on a book that was written that said, if Jesus had come to Georgia, if he had been born in Georgia instead of
I can see it.
in Bethlehem, but that's what it is. So we've got Cotton Patch Gospel coming up.
Yeah, that sounds to me like something that can't be missed. Anyway, auditions coming up for Joseph and his amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat in Livonia in the Savannah River Productions Playhouse is happening on Sunday, the 27th of April, from 1:30 till 3:30. Sorry about that. And you want everybody to come along. Andrea, thank you so much for taking time and calling in to us tonight. And I hope, I'll say it properly, break a leg.
Thank you so much.
So that was Andrea. If you've never, ever been on stage and you really want to, get down there. Head over, have some fun. When I come back, I'm going to be talking about something else that is coming up in and around the area. It's going to be a first for me. Something to do with a lot of Irish heritage. You're going to be very surprised when I tell you about it. You're listening to News Talk 98.9 WORD. It is the voice of the Carolinas.
Carolina's most trusted forecast from the News Talk 98.9 WORD Weather Center. Lows of low around 50 tonight under clear skies, southwesterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Bright sunshine expected again tomorrow. High temperatures reach up to 85. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Pucci from the News Talk 98.9 WORD Weather Center. Currently, it's 63 degrees.
How did you get the skills to be in the plays? I don't know. I just did it. Not like Trey. I'm not being short on like that. I just kind of I didn't get any training. I just started doing it, and I figured out that I like it, and I'm able to do it. Can't do it an awful lot now because I do the show. But no, I really did enjoy it. Maybe someday I'll get back into it again. Talk about something else. Did it? Did it? And you're very welcome back to the last segment of the show. Yeah, I know. Where did them 2 hours go? Every week. Absolutely every week. On the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 800 905 0989. Get your last few messages into me before we go. It says, Odi, you say that you do not believe in God. Yes, I am agnostic. But all dogs go to heaven. Yes, they do. Do you know why? Because God or dogs are amazing. End of. That's it. I believe in dog heaven. Straight up. I can't explain it any more than that. Now, I'm not sure if you're aware, but there is a very common heritage between the people of Ireland and the Choctaw Nation, and the Native American population have always been good to Irish people. And I was scrolling through Facebook a couple of days back, maybe a week or two back, and I was looking at something about a powwow. Now, I've never been to a powwow ever, but let me tell you a little bit about the Choctaw Nation and the unique history that they share with Ireland. In 1847, 1846, 1847, it was around the time of the Irish famine. Lots of people know about the Irish famine. The Choctaw people, despite their own hardships, because they were, donated $170, which in today's money is about $5,000. Okay, it's a lot. It's a lot of money to help suffering Irish people. And the act was generously sparked, and listen, it was a lasting friendship between the two groups, between the Irish people and the Choctaw Nation. And it's, in a way, the Choctaw Nation kind of bestowed tribal, I suppose they kind of told Irish people that, you know, you're honorary tribe members. And that's a story that always stuck with me. That's a story that was always in my brain. So I happened to be on Facebook and I'll be looking through. Now we'll be talking at length about this in a couple of weeks because it's not happening until the 3rd of May. But I'm just going to put it into your brain. I've never been to a powwow before. Never, ever been to a powwow before. But there's a powwow happening. It is the Eastern Cherokee Southern tribes who are going to be putting it on. And it's Native American dancing, singing, and there's going to be a whole lot more. It's happening up in Hagwood Mill in the historic site. It's in South Carolina. It's in Pickens. It's not too far away. It's happening on the 3rd of May. Okay. Now I'm hoping, I've been talking to a few people there and I've been, chatting to them, and hopefully in a couple of weeks before the powwow happens, hopefully I'm going to get the chief is going to come on and have a few words with us. I believe that he's been doing a lot of work lately. He's an archaeologist and he's been doing a lot of digging lately. So hopefully, maybe next week, I might try and get him onto the show and he'll have a little conversation and tell us a little bit more about the powwow that is coming up on the 3rd of May. I'll be there. And yes, it will be my very first powwow. And yes, it will be extremely emotional. As I told you, there is that connection between the Choctaw people and the Irish people. So definitely looking forward to that. Really big time looking forward to that. Now, here's something. And it's something that I won't say it's been bothering me for a while because I wouldn't be a very vain person. But I've noticed, I'm 44. I know. Yeah, I know. I look a lot younger, but I'm 44. And I've noticed that my hair is starting to migrate. It's getting a little bit more expensive to wash my face every single year because it goes up higher, And I was talking to people and I said, what'll I do? Will I, could I go and get, the surgery? You can go and get hair restoration. Typically ranges from about $4,000 to $15,000 here in America. Or if you want to go to Europe, you can get it for $1,400 to $9,000. It's a wee bit cheaper over there. But would you if your hairline was receding, would you get a hair transplant? Now it's your own hair; it's coming from the back of your head to the front of your head. Would you do it? Or something that I've actually tried. I saw a product online, and I'm not one of those people that falls for gimmicks. I'm not, and I said I'm going to try it. I'm not going to mention the brand, very common brand, that does hair restoration. It's a liquid, it's a serum, and you rub it into your hair. And I've been doing it for the last couple of days, and I'm just curious. It cost me $22, and it's for 2 months. I think it was $23, $24 for 2 months after shipping. And they say that you'll notice hair restoration within about 2 months. So would you do it? If you were losing your hair, I'm talking to guys and I'm talking to girls as well. There is some ladies out there who experience hair loss. Now, one of the biggest things of hair loss is pregnancy. You start to lose hair. Is it a thing that you just shave your head? I mean, I've shaved my head before and I've been told it looks okay. I'm just curious. And it's kind of the same thing as any other cosmetic surgery. Some people you wear a toupee, wear a wig. Yeah, I mean, you can do it. I think it's the world that we're living in now where everything is a little bit more accepted. I mean, you could spend thousands of dollars and get hair restoration done, or you could just go to your barber and give him $10 and he'll shave your head, or you buy a razor and maybe $50, $100, shave your head completely. What would you do? I'm curious. See, the thing is, I don't want to spend that much money on hair restoration. And if this serum that I'm massaging into my brain every morning and every evening, if it doesn't work, and if I don't see hair growing back, well, I've lost nothing but $28. That's only a couple of cups of coffee. It's not, and I know $28 is a big thing to a lot of people, but it's just something where I'm kind of like, on the on the personal text line, very good friend of mine said, if my hair was falling out, I would just tell funnier jokes and hope that nobody notices. Oh, yeah. Odi, my boy, I just grew my eyebrow. Oh, God, this is why I love my listeners. Odi, I would just grew my eyebrows and comb them back over my. You could have an comb over, an eyebrow comb over. Can your eyebrows grow that long? They probably can. I don't know. Odie, I've always wanted curly hair, and I'm nervous about getting a perm. Could I transplant them from somewhere else on my body? No. Why would you do that? That would hurt. Seriously. You don't. No. The only time I want a medical professional going anywhere near the outdoor plumbing is for a vasectomy. No, you don't transplant hair from something. Oh, Odie, my boyfriend dated a girl who had it done before, and she spent 2 nights in a reel crying about how bad it hurt, and he felt so bad. See, I can imagine it would hurt. It's no. I just don't know. I mean, no, I think after everything that I'm after reading in the last couple of minutes, I'm gonna see if this thing works, if the serum works. And if it doesn't, I'm just gonna shave my head. That's it. Done. End of story. There's a reason I love doing this show. You, my listeners, are the reason that I love doing this show, because it's the lighter side on Sunday night. Everybody, we have to get up in the morning. We got to go to work, and this is just it's great fun. It is great fun. But look, sometimes I'm going to say it again. Sometimes life gets a little bit tricky, a little bit hard, and if you need help, there is help out there. I talk about it every single show. You can call the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline on 988. There is somebody waiting for your phone call or for your text message. You can text them at any stage, and help is available for you. And I hope I made you giggle tonight, because I'm definitely laughing. Absolutely laughing. Don't forget, Joey's back tomorrow morning at 5 o'clock. Tara will be kicking off at 6. And you go into Bill Frady, and you've got Mike. We wrap up with Charlie James. Thank you very much for listening into the show tonight. It was an absolute pleasure to have you. I will be back next Sunday night. I've taken a little hiatus from the Saturday nights for a small while, but I'll be back next Sunday night at 8 o'clock. Please tune in. Have an absolutely fantastic week. Slán Awalya. Bye. Oh, that was funny. Oh man. Okay, what are we here? Gotta do funny before I go. Gets English bangers and beans. Yeah, I know I like bangers and beans and toast. I don't know. That's cowboy beans. Beans and toast. Yeah, I heard about it. Shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie is great. Do try it. Shepherd's pie is amazing. Kerry, shave top clean and have another face tattoo there. You can be two-faced. I don't want to do that. Elizabeth, what do you got? Genes for male hair loss are passed by women. Yes, they are. Historically, men are dangerous creatures. Women need a way of telling at a distance which man had the best survival skill. A man who was losing his hair would be visible proof that he can provide for his family. There you go. I'm a provider. Oh, seriously, guys. Listen, y'all have made my day, made my weekend. I will talk to you next Sunday night. Stay safe. Slán Awalya. Bye.